service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top here on your CNC local page. Severe thunderstorms that were expected late Monday night did show up, but they dropped their rain out over Lake Ontario. Most people saw distant lightning in the northern sky. The lakeshore towns got some bursts of intense rain, not enough to make a difference in the moderate drought conditions declared last week. 0.09 of an inch of rain was reported at the Greater Rochester International Airport. More severe thunderstorms are possible from late Wednesday night and into Thursday night, and a large cluster of storms may cross the region late Wednesday. The University of Rochester Medical Center and the Pluta Cancer Center have signed a memo of understanding as the first step in a possible merger. Each institution says that would benefit cancer patients in the Greater Rochester area. URMC's CEO Bradford Burke said the Wilmot Cancer Center at Strong Memorial Hospital provides access to leading-edge treatments, research, and promising clinical trials. Kelly McCormick Sullivan, the Pluta Cancer Center's president and CEO, says Pluta patients will continue to be treated by the same clinical staff, including physicians, at the center's current location in Henrietta. Officials from the URMC and Pluta estimate that a formal agreement could take months to finalize. The proposed merger is also subject to regulatory approval. The Pluta Cancer Center was established at the former Genesee Hospital in 1975 by a grant from the Pluta family. It's now at 125 Red Creek Drive in Henrietta. Here's a finding. Speaking of cancer, a report from the American Lung Association says cancer rates in upstate New York counties are generally higher than those downstate. The report also found that overall New York State has a higher cancer incidence than the nation as a whole, but a lower death rate. The Lung Association says the difference is largely because new cases of lung cancer are declining, particularly in New York City and its suburbs, which have the most aggressive anti-smoking efforts. Lung cancer is one of the most lethal. The declining cancer death rate is also influenced by the declining mortality rate statewide for colorectal cancer and breast cancer. The Lung Association says this suggests anti-smoking campaigns and colorectal cancer screening are important to controlling cancer in New York. The report found different cancer rates in different counties, averaged them together, and the Lung Association says they show the trend to more cancer cases upstate, but the samples are too small to make any direct comparison county against county. There's no statistical value. The report says more than 107,000 New Yorkers were diagnosed with some type of cancer in 2011, and more than 34,000 died from the disease. Prostate cancer is New York's most common, but it's not a major killer. Lung cancer is number one. It took 9,000 New Yorkers' lives last year. Lung cancer has a high mortality rate, and it doesn't respond as well to the new therapies as some other cancers. And one more thing, almost 1/3 of cancer patients in New York have out-of-pocket health care costs, adding up to 10% or more of their family income. Accused foot-toucher Anthony Perry will undergo a psychiatric evaluation to determine if he's competent to conduct his own defense. The man accused of sexual abuse after allegedly touching the feet of two young girls at the Penfield Public Library was back in Penfield Town Court Monday. He asked for his public defender to be dismissed and to represent himself in court. Judge James Mully ordered the examination and transferred Perry's case to a superior court pending indictment. The judge also allowed Perry to speak in court, where he said that the government and the police are out to get him. He shouted similar claims at reporters watching him being taken in and out of court. Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Doorley says she expects Perry will be charged in other incidents in other parts of Monroe County. Students attending summer classes at Rochester's Monroe High School were locked down for 2 hours Monday after a student called 911 and reported seeing someone with a gun. Rochester School Superintendent Bolgan Vargas said the student who called 911 made a false report and will face disciplinary action. She may also face charges, according to Rochester Police. About 1,000 students and staff were locked in their classrooms while police searched the school. Some texted their parents, who showed up concerned, to wait outside the building until police decided there was no threat and classes resumed. 3 months ago, we told you about the battle in the skies over downtown Rochester between peregrine falcons, all intent on using a nesting box on top of the Times Square building. In the time since we last checked on the falcons, a lot has changed. The battle over raptor real estate was settled, a couple was formed, and a peregrine chick known as an eyas has been hatched. Orion, the fledgling, is the son of falcons Beauty and .ca. Beauty has been nesting in the Times Square box since 2009, and she won the fight to keep it this spring against two other female peregrines. .ca is a young male who arrived at the nesting box after the earlier male Archer vanished for unknown reasons. .ca was hatched in Canada and got his name from the Canadian web address on his band ending .ca. At first, Beauty didn't think much of .ca, but the bird watchers who maintain the website ourfalconcam.com say she changed her opinion by the end of April, and the pair bonded. Beauty laid 2 eggs in mid-May, one of which hatched early on the morning of June 20th. Researchers from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation checked and banded the eyas on July 13th. They found he was a male. Since only one bird hatched this year, Rochester Falcon Cam held an online naming contest. Orion drew the most votes, and Orion is the speckled ball of feathers on the left in this photo from the Falcon Cam. Falcon watchers are checking on the downtown peregrines regularly. So can you by checking ourfalconcam.com and all the Falcon Cams. On this page, you can find links to these and other stories. At the bottom, links to post your own news updates, sports, and salutes. Post them right to us. We'll check them and put them up. Next news as it happens, updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.